What's going on? I am back in the world of Pokemon, and I actually saw something that gave me a little bit of energy. I'm not gonna lie. I obviously heavy Dokkan, play a little bit of the Pokemon, and I got the legendary, amazing, super duper cool Rayquaza, aka Raymond. Um, and your boy, he souped up. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you he 100%, 100%. Cause he's just not, he's almost 100%. I got his level max today, which was a little bit of a pain in the ass. Let's go ahead and get him like 119 maybe, and we can level him up from the Dragon event. I definitely think Pokemon is way better, but I still think they should add like one or two alternative game modes. I definitely think maybe in the next year they'll maybe add it. But for now, guess what? Guess what's here? You know what's here right now? Dragon type training event. That's mean I bring dragons onto the field and we put numbers on the boards. Yeah! I'm like push a T, boy. So let's see. Events, co-op. Might as well play co-op. Why not? Or you know what? I wanna really quick feel like a god. You know what I'm talking about? Feel like I'm a god. So I'm gonna play single player. I'll probably run through this quick and just do the single player really fast, and then maybe I'll do the multiplayer for a little bit. But yeah, this Rayquaza is pretty damn good. Unfortunately for me, what I've been doing is that I'm a busy man. You know what I mean? I work a 9 to 5. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that I got all the time in the world. And because I don't have that much time, and because when I'm home, I'm either out, I'm playing different games, I'm not, in order to play these mobile games, like, it's a pretty big time sink. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like this is, simple shit. This is like some real, oh shit, I didn't think that would count. I guess the easy stages are super easy. Let's see how much damage is this. If that did... Wait a second. If that did 1,000, how much damage is this going to do? Hold on, let me see. Jesus! Sending the fucking tactical nuke, boys. Holy shit. Yeah, like I was saying, I don't have that much time, so what I was doing this past week and last week is I was a scumbag, and I would have my... Pixel, had an old Pixel, would play Pokemon while I was at work, usually run like 600-700 rounds, and I was doing that for a while, man. I got Soul Galio 100% that way. Ooh, I was feeling good, and one thing that sucks about this game is that there ain't no emulators for it. Like, I don't know what the fuck the developers were thinking, or like why it's no emulators for it. I mean, like, for people that like to play these types of games on their computer, I'd imagine it's pretty annoying. I know for me, I was like, what the fuck? Like, why can't I just play this game as an emulator? But no, it's not possible. And unfortunately for me, I actually burnt out my Pixel. OG Pixel XL, love that phone. I think I fucked up the motherboard because it overheated and now it's just stuck in a boot loop. And I've overheated my phone before, but it never got stuck in a boot loop like this. So I was like, fuck, what the fuck? Well, there's a lot of damage. I'm going to try to do some double-edged damage here, and then up my attack even more with Unbreakable Bonds, and then see how much damage it's going to do. I'm assuming this right here is going to be the 10,000. This is going to be the 10,000 I've been looking for. The 10,000 I've been praying for. So yeah, I fucked up my Pixel, and now I have no way. You know what's funny is that I'm actually more upset about the fact that I can't, like, farm... like other games while I'm at work. Like, if for me, I have some data on that phone. Thankfully, I bought a new phone. I transferred most of my data. So there's like some data I would like, but in all honesty, the biggest thing that's draining me right now is the fact that I can't play Pokemon while I'm at work. That upsets me to a great degree. But you know what? It is what it is. What can you do? And you just got to keep it moving. By the way, let me just say, this week has been a momentous week. I think I can say officially I am an investor. I officially broke the like the all record on my Robinhood. Like, let me show you real quick, because by the time, or you know what, I could actually just show you on Reddit, because dude, I love, like, I've been posting on fucking Wall Street Bets, and these niggas give me so much energy. As you can see, 420, baby. I broke my all record, and I basically was able to become positive $4.20, which is great. That's always what I've been looking forward to. So right now I'm an investor 100%. And I also actually today I decided, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Let me see. Can I kill this motherfucker with this? That'd be crazy if I could kill him. Nah, I was about to say, like, come on. Ooh, recoil is good though. That's nice. Because the lower that this guy's HP, the more he's gonna give his boys. I don't think this guy could kill me though, right? Because he's been weak up until this point. Don't tell me you're gonna kill me now. Nope. Pussy ass. Mark ass. Stupid ass. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll double the attack up. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm trying to like see this guy do like a zillion billion damage. Wow, he actually killed my Dusclops. Dusclops is dead? Or is Dusclops stand? Dude, Dusclops got 1 HP. What a watch this. In the name of your Lord, La ilaha. Come on, bro. We doing this for Allah. Come on, bro. We trying to jihad and you fucking do this shit. Ooh, you know what I'll do? Watch this. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do the sync move on this guy, which is gonna be like what, 8 million zillion damage, 3,000, not bad. And then let me do Draco meter, which may be even more than 3,000. Jesus, holy shit. That's fucking badass. But yeah, like I was saying, I am an investor. I'm a big money boy. And as you can see, a lot of people have been investing in Bitcoin lately. It's about to hit the 10,000 mark. And again, this is like a really good example of like don't buy when it's high, because my dumbass did that with Bitcoin in the past. To be honest, now that I have a little bit more money, probably when Bitcoin hits its 52-week low, and by that I mean when it goes down to like below 5,000, maybe I'll invest money in it again. But you gotta understand, like, Bitcoin at this point is like, it's actually pretty risky, because in the past, you know, people who invested in Bitcoin, even when it was a couple $100s, you're taking a huge risk. But obviously, when it hit that 19,000 fucking mark, or 16,000, however much it was, that was like a huge holy shit moment where it was like, holy moly guacamole, like, this shit is actually worth money now. Like, I can make money off a shit coin, which is amazing. But for me, it would have to be the one and only Chainlink. I'm a Chainlink guy. I bought about $100 of Chainlink when it was 60 cents, and then it quadrupled into like $4. I sold for profit, technically, and the reason why I say technically is because today, after looking at Chainlink go up, because usually when Bitcoin goes up, Chainlink goes up, and I'm thinking that Chainlink may or may not go up significantly. If I was smart, I would wait for Chainlink's 52-week low of like being $2 again. But the thing is, it was $2 and something cents like a month ago, and I wanted to invest then, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait for my tax return. Basically, when my tax return comes back, I'll use that and I'll invest it. But what ended up happening is that Chainlink just keeps going up. It keeps going up, and I'm like, yo, I'm trying to make money out here, boy. I'm trying to make them big guap, doo-wop. And Chainlink just keeps going up. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this shit? Do I have any of the dragons, or should I just bring Torchic? Because Torchic is pretty good for, like, buffs and stuff. If I have a... I could bring Solgalea, but he's so meh. I might just bring Torchic, dude. It's not going to change the score that much. If I have to, I could, like, level up my, what do you call it? My Haxorus, or, ooh, shit, you know what? I fucked up. I should have brought Salamence. I'll do that next time. I'll bring Salamence, because I feel like one support's good enough. What the fuck do you need 2 supports for? But yeah, like I said, I decided to invest in Chainlink. It was not an absurd amount of money. I decided to invest, like, well, actually, it is an absurd amount of money, especially for something as volatile as cryptocurrency. But I decided, you know what? It's time to nut up or shut up. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to invest $800 into Chainlink, which is essentially, what is it, fucking 200 link just about. Pretty risky, especially now it's $3.40. It may go up this week. It went up 20% last week. This month basically went up like 60%. Chainlink may keep going up. It might hit $5, $10, $15, $1 million, $1 zillion. But I think I'm going to go ahead and whatever I invest in now, I'm just going to keep it in there for the year. I think it'll be like a good comparison, because I've been investing in stocks recently. So I'm interested to see putting $800 into Chainlink and, you know, kind of investing in like stocks like Microsoft, Apple, what exactly is the better return. And I know for the last one, for like my stocks, like I'm happy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm not super happy at the fact that like I was able to make money on the stock market the past week. And by make money, I mean break even, because in the past I was so stupid and just took my friend's advice of investing in shitty Activision. And I've actually done some research. I'm not a market analyst. I'm not a fucking genius. I don't research things as long as I should, but I did do my due diligence, you know what I mean? Like, I did think about what I invested in. So far, one of the best investments I made, if I had more money, I probably would have invested more, is Nokia. Nokia was holy fucking shit. Dude, like, there was I couldn't ask for anything better. Like, Nokia literally was 175% return rate, because Nokia basically is the 5G provider for T-Mobile. And they had a 52-week low last year. And the only reason they had a 52-week low, on God, the only reason they had a 52-week low is they had decent earnings, right? Same old, same old. And they said, listen, you know, we have AT&T coming into the mix. We have Huawei, blah, blah, blah. And we're worried that maybe the earnings won't be as much as we initially thought. Everyone sold. They're like, fuck this company. Fuck this. I don't want anything to do with it. And I saw that, and I'm like, yo, hold up. Nokia, strong Kia. They back 5G for T-Mobile. They're going to be part of the fucking technology rollout. T-Mobile's one of the largest carriers in the United States right now. T-Mobile's CEO, thank God. I hope that guy doesn't fucking leave for WeWork, although I think he is in like a year or two. Like, T-Mobile's God tier, basically, and Nokia is basically tied to T-Mobile strongly. So, you know, T-Mobile came out, had a 52-week high, did great. Nokia came out, they had a good week too. They went up, like, my share, the option calls I bought on Nokia. I do own stock. Unfortunately for me, I bought stock in Nokia in 2017 for like $4 and something cents, $5 average price. Nokia's highest it ever was $6.40, and then they had that 52-week low where it just died. Like, it completely went to fucking shit. So on stocks, I'm at a loss right now of like 30% minimum. But with the options, I've been able to basically make all my money back in terms of, and I've never really invested that much money. The most money I'm investing is what I'm investing right now. Like, in the past, I think I invested like, what, fucking, maybe fucking $300 or $400 in total over the course of a year. But I think this week it did really good, like I said. And then also, you have to take into consideration the fact that there's tensions between China and America. Huawei is basically part of the 5G providers for China. And the United States basically blatantly came out this week and said, hey, listen, fucking American companies, if you want to have 5G in the United States of America, if you want to be part of the greatest nation in the world, you better back fucking Nokia. You better back Nokia. So my Nokia returns were like 100%. And I was thinking of selling. I was like, damn, I should probably sell, because they're expiring next week. Because I thought, like, for earnings it was going to go up, and I'm like, all right, not bad. So I bought when it was average price was like 40 cents, and then it fucking skyrocketed. It tripled in value to $1.20, and I was like, holy shit. So I sold. I sold too. I bought 3 calls. In hindsight, I probably should have bought more, because here's the thing though, with Nokia, there's something called implied volatility, which is like a lot of people are investing in it, a lot of people are interested in it, and no one was interested in Nokia. Everyone's like, who cares about Nokia? So when I was buying it, I'm like, fuck, dude, like, what if no one gives a shit? No one invests in fucking Nokia, because they could have a good 52-week, you know, earning, and just because you do good in earnings doesn't mean it's going to go up necessarily. Like, interest may not go up. Like, for example, Disney, a lot of people bet money, I say bet, invested, well, if you're on Wall Street bets, then it probably was a bet, invested money in Disney, and Disney did all right. They had an okay return, but expectations were so high that people paid a premium for something that really didn't have a great return. Look at Tesla. Right now, Tesla is probably going to be a fucking IV crush until like 2021. Like, for real. Right now, Tesla, the average call used to be $200 for like the decent calls. It's gone up 10 times that, and I think it's definitely, whoever's buying options on Tesla, I feel like it might be better to buy stock with Tesla, because the fucking speculation is ridiculous. But anyway, my point being that Nokia popped a lot this week, because the 52-week high, I mean, was it a 50? No, it wasn't a 52-week high. Not yet, but the earnings did good. The earnings brought the shares from like $3.40. Basically, we went up $1 just from earnings, I believe. More like 50 cents from earnings alone. Nokia's been steadily going up. Um, but yeah, so it's been steadily going up, and for the might as well do that. Why not? And for the um, calls that I sold them when they were like I think they were like $1 each. So I didn't even sell at the highest that I could have sold. Um, it was like I missed out on like $20 per call basically. But I'm happy I sold the two because originally I bought all three for like $120, so I made $80 net gain. Which is all right. That's the thing. Like with what I'm doing, like it's really more so for myself and like learning experience, to be honest. Because in the past, like I did that dumb decision where I'm like, all right, I'll just buy $1,000 worth of Activision calls and it'll just work out. No, it didn't. If I invested, for example, let's say instead of me investing those three calls, and I invested, let's just say instead of $120, I invested something more like $600. That would have been a really big amount. That would have been a good chunk of money because it basically would have tripled the money. It would be 600 to 1800, which is pretty decent. But for me personally, I did not want to take that chance. But I think I did buy more like Nokia calls in the past, like way in the past, for forward projection. So for example, I have I think 13 calls on Nokia for January 15th, 2021 next year, basically saying, will it break $4.40 or $4.50? It already did it. It already, whatever the fuck number I did, it already did that. So say if Nokia goes up, like let's just say, instead of, right, for example, the strike price for that's like $4.40, I think. So for every dollar it goes up, I'm going to be making $1,300, right? Because it's $100 per dollar. I think that's a pretty safe bet in my opinion because Nokia already hit $6.40. Nokia is doing what they said they were going to do. They've been pretty transparent. They didn't have to say AT&T was coming into the space. Like they were being honest. And I think Nokia has a good chance of possibly hitting $7 by the end of this year. Possibly. It's an election year, so like finances are like all over the place in terms of like what's going to happen. But it's a possibility. Either way, I think my 115.21 call is extremely safe. I may even, in fear of the election this year, let's just say if Nokia is like $8, right? Let's just say, for example, Nokia is $8, and that's basically what, $400 per call. So 400 times 13. Let's just say that's like a net gain. Well, actually, no. Wait a second. Take that back. Wait, that's what. Wait, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that is $400 per call. So let me just make sure. I might as well just use the calculator so I don't fuck up. So $400 per call times 13 is $5,200. That's a big fucking increase. I could, hold it and pray that the election year isn't bad and that the stock market goes even higher. Instead of $8, it's $10, etc., etc. But here's why I'm low-key a big brain. We got some big brain shit going on, right? So that would have been huge returns. That'd be crazy, right? But here's the thing I did that I think, in my opinion, was smart. Is I bought so during the 52-week low, no one cared about Nokia. Everyone was shitting on Nokia, right? And so what I did was I bought 115.21 calls, and then like over the course of like a month or two, I'm telling you, dude, no one cared about Nokia. Now Nokia hot, everybody on them. But I bought 115.2022, I believe, basically 2022, that Nokia will go up to $7. That looks like it's a real possibility in 2021 if they stay on this projection. But here's the thing that made me like a little antsy, is that they look like they were on projection to hit $10 by 2019, like Q4 this year. And they had a terrible week of Q3 last year. So like November last year is when they're like, yeah, maybe AT&T will come in, they'll take some money, etc., etc. And then investors were like, fuck Nokia. But guess what? You came crawling back to Nokia. And here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing about the stock market is that you gotta pay attention for shit like this because a lot of people will invest. For example, look at Tesla. Monday, Tesla, just because it had good news, just because other people were investing, crazy investments. I bought a call. I'm not gonna lie to you and say I didn't buy a call. I got swept up in it. I bought it, sold it for profit. I should have held it an extra day because the speculation only increased. But for me, I'm super happy that I invested in Nokia. That's why Nokia is my largest investment. Nokia, I believe I invested in just Nokia $600 in total, I believe. And so far I'm good because I have made a profit. Right now my larger Nokia calls is a 60% return. And I find it hard to believe that it's going to go down at this point because it can go down. Obviously, anything is possible. But Nokia has already stated like who they're competing against. They've already said, "Hey, listen, AT&T might come in. We might lose some money, etc., etc." I don't envision any there being any like horrible news. And because of the China relationship with America and the politics surrounding it, I think, holy dude, I'm telling you right now, no bullshit. If Donald Trump gets reelected, which by the way, it looks like it is going to happen because the DNC decided to basically fuck Bernie Sanders over yet again. And I'm not trying to sound like, a fucking parrot, or as people online will call it, NPCs, but like, I mean, honestly, if the DNC wants to fuck themselves, I'm just not going to vote. I'm going to do the same thing I did last year. I'm not going to vote. Fuck the DNC. If you want to kill the Democratic Party, I don't care. Kill it. I don't give a shit. You want it to be like the Whig Party? You want it to be like the Free Soil Party? The Democratic Party, if they keep doing what they're doing, they've had a legitimate lead and a legitimate hold over minority voters in America, African American voters, Latino voters in the past, like, I don't know, fucking 20 years. It's Democrat more times than not. Last election was the first time in 50 fucking years that Democrats lost Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is a liberal fucking state. That's like fucking like third in line from New York from voting Republican, okay? So that's how much the DNC fucked that up. And then now they're basically trying to fuck around and have Buttigieg be the plan B. They want Biden to be the president because Biden is an old fuck. He's a boomer. He's got, all the values that most of the Democratic convention like. And then they got a plan B, which is Buttigieg, who's like some irrelevant mong that they tried to say won the Iowa caucus, even though Bernie Sanders had the most supporters, even though Bernie Sanders, like, no one gives a fuck about anyone but Bernie Sanders. From last year, Bernie Sanders had like a very respectable like number of people who liked him, a number of people who wanted him to be president, but he got super cuffed because Hillary Clinton was like, you can't fuck with Hillary. She's like a name in New York senator, fucking past presidents, whatever. But now this year, dude, you have Biden, who's fucking irrelevant. You have Buttigieg, which is even more irrelevant. And Elizabeth Warren, don't even get me started with Elizabeth Warren. She should have stayed being a fucking professor instead of becoming a senator. Like, she has the most fucking retarded points, and she's like literally the definition poster child for fucking affirmative action and lying. Because like, when I say that, is basically saying that like affirmative action is known that it benefits white women the most because white women more times than not fit the criteria, fit the bill for affirmative action, and they also have like enough resources where that can actually be a benefit. What I mean by that is like African Americans, if you basically are African American, you have a little bit of a better chance of getting into a university. Now, what do I mean by saying you have the actual resources? Now, African Americans, yeah, they do have a little bit of a better chance getting into a university, but me, myself, I'm broke as fuck. I'm not black, but I'm broke as a motherfucker, and I never got SAT prep. My SAT looked like ass the first time I did it. I had to really like study, Google, all that bullshit to get a decent SAT score. Now, if you're an African American, you go to a public school, you don't have the fucking resources that fucking some white broad has. And again, it has nothing to do with race necessarily in this case. It's more like socioeconomic classes and the amount of money you make. But the point I'm trying to make is Elizabeth Warren is like the poster child for that, for the simple reason that, yeah, she's a white woman and she tries to like cash in the fact that, oh, I'm white, fucking, I'm a woman, blah, blah, blah. But also for her fucking, like, if I'm not mistaken, her college admission, she said she was like Native American, like she checked that box off. That's why people make fun of her, like, oh, you're Pocahontas, because she basically used the fucking loophole in the system, be like, yeah, I'm 1/1,000,000th of a fucking Cherokee, so she's basically, part of that fucking, protected class of individuals that get priority, not priority, but it's part of the college procedure. There exists a fucking percentage chance that you're better qualified or more likely to, be in that college or interview or whatever. And she did that and took advantage of that. And that's not even the biggest reason why I don't like her. I think she just panders to, like, she's super against, like, corporations, which makes sense, but like her reasoning, like in the past, like if you listen to her, she sounds retarded. Like I remember like one of a documentary when she was just a professor, she was basically going on and on about how like credit card companies are scumbags, And okay, if you want to say they don't pay taxes, fair point. If you want to say that they're, you know, I don't know, charging unfair interest rates based on whatever, okay, fair enough. But she just goes, yeah, the way they give out credit cards to teenagers, students, people, they don't tell you that this has interest associated. They don't tell you that you have to pay these bills. There's so many people that take credit cards, pay it, blah, blah, blah. And like the whole documentary was a bunch of fucking teenagers or college students who are just fucking retards, straight up retards. Yeah, I never knew that I would have to pay the credit card. I thought it was free money. Listen, if you're that fucking stupid, go fuck yourself. I don't give a fuck if you're rich, poor, whatever the fuck it is. If you use a fucking credit card and think it's free fucking money, and I have people in my life who are this fucking retarded who think like they can use a credit card or take a loan or do whatever the fuck and it's free shit, you're fucking retarded, dude. Just shut the fuck up. You're basically the same people. If you ever seen Super Size Me, there's a bunch of fat bitches in that show that go, I never knew McDonald's was bad. Like some stupid fucking, like some dumb, again, white women, some young white girls from like some fucking Minnesota school are like, yeah, I never knew that McDonald's would make me fat and it would fuck up my hormones, blah, 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 whatever. I'm fat as shit. And like, you know, McDonald's has salads, but you don't go to McDonald's for salads, let's be honest. And it's like, dude, bitch, shut the fuck up. After this interview, go eat a Big Mac because you big as shit, you thick as fuck, not in a good way. So shut up and get the fuck out of here. So anyway, my point being, the Democratic Party is trying to scheme and do some dumb shit. And now the whole reason I said everything I just said, I went on a couple of like sideway alleyways to explain my mindset a little bit more. But the reason why I said that is because if Joe Biden tries to become president, anyone who isn't Bernie Sanders that tries to become president is going to fail. Donald Trump is going to get reelected. And if Donald Trump gets reelected, this country is probably fucked for the next 4 years, as it has been. But low-key, no-key are going to move because Trump won't shut the fuck up about 5G. He's like, yeah, 5G, good technology. Fuck China and ass. We need 5G, 5G, 5G. So Nokia, if Donald Trump becomes president, my 2022 calls, fuck $7. My nigga, fucking Donald Trump is going to put fucking 5G towers on Trump Tower with the fucking Nokia logo on that bitch. And I'm going to print fucking money. I'm going to be like, Lord, I'm going to be so rich. I'm going to fucking petition for Donald Trump to become president for the next fucking 4 years. Because I'm like, you know what? I can't live long enough for America to be fucked. America might be screwed the next 10, 20 years, but I'm not going to live that long. Go ahead. Let me get my Nokia earnings. Let me get my Nokia money. And then I'll be Gucci from then on out. But let me just say, if my boy Bernie Sanders becomes president, I'm uninstalling Robinhood because that shit is going to get fucking taxed like a motherfucker. It's going to have like fees to invest. Actually, I wouldn't uninstall. I probably would just pay the fees. If the fees, like, honestly, let's be honest. If you're investing in stocks, that means you have some type of money to, like, it might not necessarily be, disposable income. Because for me, like, this is just a decision to invest some of my tax return, invest some of the money I have, and basically try to make more money by the end of the year, hopefully. And, like, if you're doing that, let's say you're going to invest $1,000. Of that $1,000, let's just say there is a 2% price that goes into speculation, and of that $1,000, you basically need to pay $20. Like if it's a $1,000 investment, pay $20. And I don't think they would even do fucking 2%. They probably would do 1%, maybe. And it's like, dude, you're putting $1,000 in for some investment to be. And this is the thing, right? A lot of times, I'm gonna play one more and then I'm gonna end it. But a lot of times, like me personally, me growing up, right? I would always lean towards more conservative ideas, and not really conservative ideas. It's just more so like, if you look at the Republican Party and their like decree of what they stand for, it sounds a lot like the Democratic Party. It sounds very similar to like what the Democratic Party is now in the past 10 years. At some point, the Republican Party has kind of like become the opposite. Like, for example, the Lincoln was a Republican. Abolitionists were Republican. A lot of the Republican ideals are really good in theory from like what they say it is, but then in practice, like Republicans have kind of lost that mindset, I would say. So with that being said, I've always been more leaning towards Republicans as opposed to Democrats. I've never been super conservative, but like there were certain things that when I was younger, like for example, let's say, I don't fucking know, immigration, I'm not these fucking people who are just like, yeah, let's have an open border. I think I've become more liberal in my stance in the sense that, yeah, you know what, we did have open border policies in the past with Mexico. It did work out fine from a business perspective. It actually worked out better in some cases just because of the simple fact that, damn, I died? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot the recall. but yeah, it did, work out better in some cases just because of the fact that, um, Mexicans were able to come here, work, and then go back to Mexico. Whereas now they're basically fucking forced to stay here, even though they may not want to. Um, but with that point being, I didn't really have that perspective. I didn't really agree with that sentiment when I was younger. It was more so like, why do you need an open border? Just, why? Because immigration, the more people you let into the country, the more it affects the economy, and there's different things that affect it, et cetera, et cetera. So with me bringing that up, I would say that as I've gotten older, I've gotten a little bit more liberal, and I definitely think that one thing that I remember a professor bring up, and here's the thing with professors, I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. College professors are some of the most liberal, some of the most like fucked in the head people. I think that if you're stupid and you go to college, you're just going to become dumber. You have to have some type of like knowledge in your mind, because I remember one time a college professor tried to tell me two things a college professor has said that I go, this guy's just, he's so far up his own ass, he can't see the fucking light on the end of the tunnel. One time, a professor said that the reason why President Obama was sending so many people to Guantanamo Bay is because he wants to show how bad and corrupt Guantanamo Bay is, and by sending more people, he can add visibility to how bad Guantanamo is. I almost fell out of my fucking chair when I was in that class, because this guy's like super liberal. He's like, yeah, we're racist against Muslims and other people that go to Guantanamo. And the reason why Obama's doing that is, you never look at the perspective of maybe it's so bad and he's trying to abuse it to the point to say, hey, look at this visibility, let's stop it, blah, blah, blah. Dude, I don't know what the fuck I don't know what mental gymnastics you're doing, but you're getting a 10, 10, 10 all day, because that shit makes no sense. And then another thing that I remember where I was like, dude, this is like crazy how dumb these people are and what's being told to me, is that during 2015, when the Iran nuclear deal was first being proposed, and the Senate they were basically trying to get Senate approval. I remember they came to my university and they were talking about it, and dude, the fucking stupidity of these kids. Like, the biggest deal about the Iran trade deal was the element of nuclear power, being able to use that for their economy, being able to do certain things. And part of that deal was basically, hey, not enough to weaponize it, but, for your economy, whatever. No, okay, fair enough. Discuss it. That's a plausibility, right? Dude, these people came in, they're like, yeah, this is just for economy, we want to make the economy better. They never said the word nuclear. They never said the word fucking uranium. They never brought it up as a talking point. And the kids in the class were dumb as shit. They go, why would we oppose this? I don't get it. Why not? Who cares? They can do whatever they want. And I was like fighting to not say anything. Because, dude, like, people sometimes are so stupid. I feel like it's not worth my time. Like, it really, for real, like, the only time I ever brought up anything in a class where I go, listen, retard, like when I see it's going to affect people directly, I'll say it. But if it's just opinions and like a discussion is not going to do anything, then I won't bother, because for real, like, I'll just lose my energy. But I remember in that same class, some guy who was like super against the government, super against the FBI, he's like, yeah, don't ever use your public IP, use a VPN, blah, blah, blah. One of those people. He basically was saying, if you want to be more secure and you want to not have the government look at you and know what you're doing, install Tor, the Onion browser, if you've ever seen that. And if you install Tor, then you'll be way more secure and blah, 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 and you'll be able to use that browser. Now, here's the thing. If you use the Tor browser, if you want to take that chance, you can. But the Tor browser is notoriously known for used for illegal activities, dark web, whatever, fucking, the Silk Road, etc., etc. And if you download the Tor browser from your home PC, you are on a watch list. They know you downloaded the Tor browser, and now they're more likely to look into you than if you were to not use the Tor browser. And the way the guy was presenting, it's like, yeah, just download this browser, like DuckDuckGo almost. DuckDuckGo, fair enough. It's like more secure, less privacy, more privacy, da-da-da. Fair enough. This guy was trying to sell it like, yeah, just fucking download fucking the Tor browser. What could go wrong? And then I told the class, I'm like, yo, just so you know, if you want to download it, you can. But if you download that browser, you will be put on a watch list, and you're more likely to be investigated than if you had never done the Tor browser. Like, just don't fucking do it. And I remember after I mentioned that, the professor's like, yeah, he's mentioning that, and he's like, yeah, that is true. If you want, you could. And that fucked his mind. Like, he was upset that someone knew that in the class, just so he could bullshit some more. And I remember he's like, yeah, if you want, and this is like when he drained everyone's energy, and he's like, yeah, if you want, you could go to a different location with a different router basically, so it's not your home PC, home IP, and then download Tor and then go home and use Tor, which still doesn't make sense because they know it's on your system at some point if you have any network connectivity, and if they know that you have that software, it's like Mong. They're gonna fucking be more suspicious. And not only that, it's just a simple fact of the matter being that you're taking, like, what are you doing that you need Tor? Like, you could use a regular ass VPN if you want to torrent shit and be a piece of garbage. You don't need Tor. Like, what do you need Tor for real? Like, what the fuck are you trying to do? I mean, if you want it, you can have it. Just know there's a risk associated with it. So there's like so many dumb things I've heard in college, and the reason why I say that is because it's very hard sometimes. Like, you know, sometimes you say things that are on both sides of the fence and people hate you more. Like, say if I just said fuck Donald Trump, fuck the Republican Party, Bernie all the way, people would like me more than if I said fuck Donald Trump and fuck the DNC. Like, if I say fuck both of them, then both parties for both individuals will just not like me. Basically, less people will like me. Like, if I was like a racist piece of shit, more racists would like me than like liberal people. And then if I was like a liberal who was like fuck white people, fuck anything to do with that shit, then like, you know, fucking liberals would be more likely to like me. People don't like people who are in the middle, who are just like regular mongoloids, right? But yeah, that was just a little bit of context for that. And then what I remember when my professor said that, I was like, fair enough, that's a fair point, is like, a lot of times when it comes to taxes, a lot of times when it comes to like fees and different things associated with that, you kind of lose sight of like, okay, obviously there is the point that you are, you know, paying for, you know, other people. You know, you're in a school district, you pay for the school, etc., etc. But a lot of times people don't think about the fact that a lot of things do benefit you. Like, for example, he was saying, like, you know, you use public roadways, you use public fucking, you know, fucking USPS Postal Service, you use the public items or different things. Like, you don't take into consideration sometimes the benefits that you get and the benefits that you have, and the fact that you exist and you do certain things, it actually does benefit you. And that's like the best scenario for taxes, like local taxes, is like, holy shit, my road's getting fixed. You know what I mean? You know, federal taxes, that's just going to some war to blow up some fucking African kid or some fucking Middle Eastern guy. That's fucked. Nothing good is coming from my federal taxes, but maybe, just maybe, on a small chance, maybe my state tax has been using for like building a playground somewhere as opposed to blowing up some kid's house. So at that point being with the stocks, like say Bernie Sanders does come in, they do push legislation to basically say, hey, you know what, if you're trading on this trade market, especially for speculations, especially for calls, fucking pay the fee, pay the 1% fee, pay the 2% fee. There ain't no way in hell they're going 5%. 5%, I'd be like, oh. I would see 5% go, yo, chill the fuck out. What the fuck is this? I can't do that. And it's like, nigga, I'm putting in $100, I gotta pay you 5? Calm down. 2%, I like that. I like that number a lot. Or if they do it based off the amount you're investing, like, say if you're investing like $100, they do 2%. If you're investing 1,000 or more, I don't know, fucking 1%. They have to figure out something that makes sense and is like decent and fair, and something that like if people use, they'd be like, fuck, god damn, I don't want, like something that after, like, first of all, if it becomes a law, more than likely, if it's like implemented from a legislative perspective, it's pretty hard to reverse. Like, even look at like Donald Trump. Donald Trump was like, I'm gonna fuck up Obamacare, fuck Obamacare. But really what he did was, it's Obamacare, but it's rolled back to a degree. Like, healthcare is pretty decent. It's a lot better than what it used to be, at least in my opinion, from my personal experience. But it's one of those things, like, if you make it ridiculous, if you're like, oh, it's 10% fucking to invest, then people are gonna be like, holy shit, why the fuck am I... First of all, people will, the regular Joe probably won't invest as much, but it'll basically be like a paywall. It's like when stocks used to be, before Robinhood stocks, you actually had to pay a fee to execute stocks. After Robinhood, millennials are like, fuck that, fuck you, we're not investing with you. And now everyone has that option. Charles Schwab, fucking E-Trade, whatever, anything you do, they'll be like, yeah, here's some free stock methods, etc., etc. I think either way, I think I would like to see Bernie Sanders as the executive individual, as opposed to Donald Trump. Honestly, though, let's be honest, Donald Trump's fucking retarded. Like, what else can he do? Like, low-key, if Donald Trump became president again, like, what the fuck could he do? Like, he would basically now be more unhinged because he doesn't have to face re-election. But, like, what? Like, I already know Donald Trump is retarded. I don't know what the fuck Biden's gonna do. Biden is, like, the most... Like, you listen to Joe Biden talk, and you're just like, dude, how the fuck? How were you ever Obama's number 2, bro? Like, why are you so mong? But you know what? At the end of the day, politics are politics. I'm an uninformed piece of shit. I go to work all week. I'm just a lemming at the end of the day. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'll tell you what I do know. Chainlink slated to $1,000 2020. Big money balls. I'm going to be fucking retiring before I hit 30, boy. Gonna have a